Welcome back to the Load Management Podcast, episode 5 now, where we talk about sports betting and sports betting. I'm your host, Noah. Today, joining with me is Kevin Isley. Kevin, how you feeling?
Wonderful. Much better than last week. As you can see, drinking.
Yay!
So everything's
back on the bubbly.
Hey,
on
also joining us again, Thiel. Ty, you look great. Pull your mic up, though.
Oh, my bad. My fault.
It's all good.
My fault.
It's all good, gang. How you feeling?
Indifferent.
Hey, for the second week, episode 5, we have a guest with us. Guest David Goushaw. Identity.
It's me.
What are your pronouns?
Goushaw.
He, him.
He, him.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. How you feeling, Dave?
You know, it's an honor to be here. It's a blessing to be yet another white man spewing opinions onto a podcast mic. Didn't have enough of those. Society needs this, and we're just happy to get the ball rolling.
Yes.
Well said. Well said, Dave. Well, Dave, thank you for coming and thank you for joining us. And,
No problem.
You know, we're going to have some fun tonight. So, we got a pretty fun slate, I would say. Not a whole lot of seriousness, but a whole lot of good takes, you know? Whole lot of bad ones, I'm sure.
Never.
I think we're going to be ranking some weird things today. First, I got an intro game. I need you all to name me the receiving yards leader for each team 2016. And that's a 2015 on your sheets. This is the year that the Patriots won the Super Bowl, if you needed to know that. But they're all listed out there, all the teams, at least all 32. Do you have any guesses?
Dave's got that
Go
first
ahead.
one.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. Number 1. Bang. Anybody else? What you got?
Antonio Brown at 5.
Antonio Brown's at 5. I am going to make you tell me the team. You
Yeah.
got to tell me the team, obviously. But
Steelers.
Yeah.
At
Steelers.
5.
It says the team on the sheet.
No, that's true. Okay. All right.
I'm
Sure,
gonna
But they
go-
can't
so I
see.
can write
They
it
can't
down.
see the sheet.
You guys-
Oh, right.
How about I go Julio Jones for the Falcons?
Good
That
answer.
would be number 3.
Odell Beckham Jr. for the Giants.
That would be number 4. Good job. All right.
I'll say Mike Evans for the Bucks.
You'd be right. Nice. What we got?
Ooh.
That's Devontae Adams, no?
No.
Jordy Nelson.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Michael Thomas.
Where at?
Slant boys.
7.
Oh, no. No, it's not actually. He was one of the ones that got skipped off the list. He would have been number 10 this year, but it's only the receiving leader for each team. Right,
Are you going?
You guys can let it
Nice.
yeah.
Are you going
I'm going
Raiders?
Seattle.
So you going
I think
Seahawks?
and Tyler Lockett.
No, for number 10?
Yeah.
Is
No.
it Doug Baldwin?
Yes, it is.
Oh, damn.
Hey, you're welcome for that.
A long time ago.
I was
put
just
that
talking
fresh
about him
in the
last night.
2016, man. I'm telling you, it was a little bit ago. Figured to make it more difficult.
Is the Raiders Amari Cooper?
Sure is, dude.
Can I go back to the Saints here? Can I go Brandon Cooks?
You absolutely
Good
can.
answer.
Good answer.
Is it Julian Edelman for the Patriots?
Julian Edelman for the Patriots.
Is the Dolphins Jarvis Landry?
That's what I was going to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Number 11. Nice. Good job, guys. So we got the Chiefs and then 13 down.
I'm 13. I'm gonna go Demaryius Thomas.
You'd be correct.
I was thinking him, but I was like, it could have been Emmanuel Sanders potentially.
That was,
Rips
he
for
was also
sure.
on the list. He was
Yeah.
top 16, I think. Remember that 20 that year?
For the number 16 Chargers here, I'm going to get Keenan Allen off the board.
You'd be
Really?
correct.
Can I get for the Vikings Stephon Diggs,
Where are the Vikings at?
22?
Nope.
Hell.
Is it Adam?
Yeah,
Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
Sure
Then.
is.
Yeah.
Sure is. So we're
Who's
feeling
the
like we're stuck a little
Chiefs,
bit.
fellas? Who's
That's going to be Tyreek Hill and or Travis Kelce.
Which one?
20.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce would be correct.
Yeah.
The Lions.
I have a name, and I can't remember it right now, but it's the guy that went to the Giants
Kenny
right
Galladay.
after. Yes, that was the name
It's
I was
not?
thinking.
No, not
So I'm
Kenny
glad I
Galladay.
didn't
Kenny
guess it.
Galladay, I think, was number 2 that year for the Lions.
So was this Golden Tate?
Sure was.
Damn.
Golden Tate.
I'm glad I didn't
Notre
answer.
Dame
I was about to
legend.
go Nate Burleson.
Nate Burleson in the
I was going to go
crazy.
Brandon Pettigrew.
Nice, nice,
I'm
nice.
for the Titans. How about? Oh, is his first name Delaney?
No.
You're thinking Delaney Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think he
Are we
played
even
with
allowed to say that name?
Yeah.
All
What's
right.
name,
wrong
right?
with Deshaun Jackson?
Well, I'm talking the team name.
Oh, the Redskins?
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah,
almost wore that jersey.
It should be
today.
the Redskins anyways. So
it should be.
100%.
They don't think it's offensive.
I'm not going to get into that.
So we're, slowing down a little bit. I didn't think we slowed down that much.
We started so warm.
For some of these, I don't really think that hard. I'm gonna be honest.
Cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, you'd be correct.
He was still in the league?
Dude, it was 2016. He was in the league like 5 years ago.
All I remember from 2016 is the Migos were up and doing their thing.
That's
Ravens.
yeah,
They haven't
yeah,
had
yeah.
it. The Ravens really haven't had a good wide receiver.
Ravens
Nope.
where are the Ravens at?
Is he? I feel like
19.
Is it Steve Smith at the end of his career?
what?
What about
Jacoby
the Panthers
Jones
for Steve Smith?
Yeah.
Was he still on the Panthers?
Dead. Rest in peace.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Rip.
I will if I remember the names well. I will tell you if you guess somebody that's on the list but not on the team you're guessing.
Is the Bengals? Is that AJ Green?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was still there.
For the Panthers, is that a tight end?
Yeah.
Greg Olson?
Yep.
Good answer, dude.
Dave, someone said Dave's not going to be helpful. He's been pretty helpful.
I never said that.
It may have
was
been
me. It was me.
Yeah.
Who
There's
the,
no
who
bad
the
answers.
Charger could be.
There's no,
Who could the Charger be?
Danny Woodhead.
Good answer. Really bad answer. Sorry. Excuse my.
Wait. No. Never mind.
All right, hold on. Okay, Ravens. 2016. Who was their quarterback?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's last year. I think Lamar started in 2016-17 because he played at Louisville in 2015. Wait, this is the year that the Patriots came back from 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. That's why I picked the year.
Does anybody else remember anything else from 2016 besides good music?
I was
hoping you guys would remember
receivers,
receivers, but here we are.
Robert Woods.
That
Robert
was
Woods is
the
on the
guy I was
list.
thinking of.
He's on the list, but he's not the Ram.
And it's
He's on the list, but he's not the Ram.
that would be the Titans.
It was
yeah?
Titan.
Oh, Titan? No, he was not. He's not the Titan. Sorry.
Where was he?
Where was Robert Woods
I
in
know.
2016?
This is-
Where was Robert Woods on 9/11?
Where were you on January 6th, Dave? Sorry.
Mm.
Wasn't that funny?
He was storming.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that tracks.
You got 30 seconds.
I'm really only thinking about this Browns one.
Guy, who's the Eagles guy? Come on.
I
This
don't
is
know,
a-
he
this
only
is a
had
tight end.
800 yards.
The Eagles.
Dallas Goddard,
No.
tight end.
Fucking.
Yep.
I feel like an idiot right now.
Oh! I think I got the Browns.
Who you got? Let it
Yep,
rip.
that's it.
Let it rip.
Is it Terrell Pryor?
It sure is.
No
It sure is.
way.
I was so
Let's
disappointed
go.
he didn't get that earlier.
The former
'Cause it's a-
QB.
in
And
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
That's what I'm saying. All right. You got
All
any
right,
guesses?
it's probably hint time to get us going
all right,
here.
we're just gonna let these rip. Okay, ready? 16 Chargers, Terrell Williams. 17 Redskins, Pierre Garçon.
Pierre
Oh.
Ravens,
Kirk O'Chains.
Ravens 19, Mike Wallace. Don't know who that is.
Oh,
You don't know Mike Wallace?
I'm sorry, I don't know ball. Rams. Yeah, you guys didn't either. Rams.
I know who he
21,
is, but
He's a Steelers.
Rams
legend,
21, Kenny Britt.
Kenny
And then
Britt,
starting with the
damn.
Texans or Titans, I mean, Rashard Matthews,
Nope.
Cameron
What have I
Meredith,
got there?
Allen Robinson,
I could have gotten
yeah.
that one.
Quincy Anunwa.
Nope.
For the Jets. Cole Beasley for the Cowboys.
Cole
Wow.
Beasley.
Zach Ertz for the Eagles.
That's
and
what I
then
thought.
Jeremy Curley for the 49ers.
Wow.
That might have been the one I stumped you guys on. I'll be honest. I didn't think that would happen today, but it did. Interesting. Hey, are we warmed up?
Damn, we had Dave too, and we still just shat the bed.
Are we feeling
Hey, I
good?
tried
I,
my best.
I actually feel worse. I actually feel much worse about myself.
I mean, honestly, we might as well at this point. Holy crap.
I was happy when I was 16. How do I not remember this stuff?
I
haven't
mean,
been happy
by the
since.
way,
Pierre
Isaac
Garçon's the only one that really sticks
Isaac
out.
was
that
Should have
10.
got Pierre Garçon. Should have got Kenny Britt, honestly.
was 10. He got more than you guys on his own. Just
Well.
want to put that out there.
Isaac also, how did
My
he
cousin.
do on his pick the NFL slate when he was on?
Josh, you mean.
Oh,
Josh got more than you too, but that's fine. Yeah, not very good. You're right. Hey, so speaking of Zach Ertz, by the way, injuries
over.
right? Injuries been plaguing the league though, especially this last week. So I wanted to ask you guys who was the most significant. And I feel like there's really only two answers, but we'll talk about a few. And what could be the cause of these injuries? If you had any theories, Ty, we'll start with you.
So I had the two most significant I had written down here were Micah Parsons and Patty Mahomes. Two for they're both completely different reasons. One, I think adding Micah Parsons, especially after the whole saga this off season, adding that to the Packers defense, who was already really good last year with a great run defense, They added, they were top 2 in blitz percentage. Like, losing him is going to be big, especially once they get into the playoffs. I think seeing a star of that magnitude, like, gone off the field, that opens up a lot of mistakes to be made on the back side of the defense. So I think, and we've seen it before. Look at the Lions last year without Hutch. They kind of lost their ability to get after the quarterback, and they just got tore up there towards the end. So I think that's a really big one. And then Patrick Mahomes, for a completely different reason. He's already kind of saying now that he's going to try and aim for next year, week 1, to be his start date. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if that's probably the way that it should go. I think because, Travis Kelce's old. Travis Kelce's not very good.
Yeah.
So he's still on the books. If he comes back, then that's just more money. Chris Jones, I think that's the guy. That's the defensive line.
Yep.
Realistically, the top 3 players in Kansas City, they have most of their money tied up. So I think maybe if Patty doesn't play next year, or he plays the half a year, or whatever the case may be, I think kind of if he doesn't play, it gives them a little bit more flexibility in the cap. Maybe they make some moves. Maybe they tank and try and get Jeremiah Smith. But they're projected $46 million over the cap limit.
Wow.
Coming into this offseason.
That's what Super Bowls will do.
No, hey, dude, you got to do what you can to get it.
Yeah.
But, like, in a situation like this, it'll be interesting to see, A, how they navigate the situation, and B, if he doesn't play, I think the problems that they have will be more glaring.
Right. Kev?
Yeah, I agree fully with Parsons. Not so much with Patrick Mahomes because that's like a 9-month recovery window he's getting if he's starting week 1. Yeah, he's going to miss, like, the whole offseason, but, like, he should be good to go or damn close.
Yeah, but he tore it. It's not just his ACL. It's ACL and LCL.
Yeah.
And he's not a quarterback that likes to just
I know,
stay in the
and if
pocket,
he was,
so
if he was, it'd be different. And I think with age, he probably will, but he's still pretty young. But honestly, so Parsons was my biggest one. But in terms of this year, I think that Fred Warner and Nick Bosa is a bigger issue than Mahomes going down, because the Niners would be Super Bowl favorites right now if those two did not go down, and those two are very impressive.
Oh, for sure.
I'm curious to see how Nick Bosa comes back from his injury. Fred Warner's already, like, if the Niners make a run, he could potentially, because the Super Bowl is 4 months after his injury. And I think he, like, broke his foot, dislocated.
I think it was
his
like
foot. It was like
ankle
a really
or something.
bad ankle. Yeah, but it wasn't like a more than 4 month timetable. So there's a chance he comes back, and that would be huge for them. But I think those are the 2 biggest injuries currently outside of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, what do you got? You got to add anything?
Am I reading off of mine, or am I playing off of his?
You can read off of whatever.
Okay.
What do you got to add?
Well, I got 2 parts. I answered both questions. The second part a little bit longer. But for the first one, I would agree that I would honestly disagree, to be honest, with the Micah Parsons and Patrick Mahomes being the most important injuries. Just looking at short term, the Patrick Mahomes injury, sure, he's out, but they're out of the playoff contention. There's really no reason for him to be out there anymore. I think this saves him. Obviously, this is probably one of the worst injuries that he could face, but it saves him from having to go out there and admit that he isn't as good as he once was. With Travis Kelce, who isn't as good as he once was. And, yeah, hopefully that team's on the downward slope, because they're ridiculous to watch. Micah Parsons, I still believe that Micah Parsons was just a cherry on top to a good defense. I think the Green Bay defense is still solid. Without him, they're not having that extra, like, firepower, but they're still going to hold up well enough to it where I think that the Green Bay Packers can make a run deep into this playoff.
I agree.
But for me, it's like injuries are like buttholes. Everyone's got at least one, and boy, is mine the hairiest.
How's your injury hairy? Do explain.
It's like, it's messy, it's hairy.
Oh,
I
got it now.
Yeah.
We can close caption that if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I might rock that. No, so you both answered both questions.
Well, for me, I was just gonna go my injury that was the most significant that I've seen is the Daniel Jones injury. The Colts, they were fighting for something. I never believed that they were gonna be able to do it, but seeing Daniel Jones go down like that, I would say the second most brutal injury is whatever happened to Anthony Richardson. What I was thinking of, what injury is the most significant, Daniel Jones going down and not having the backup that was supposed to be the future, absolutely. It wasn't something that I was very fond of seeing, especially since it was a warm-up injury where the elastic band hit him in the eye.
Right.
Like, he
knows.
can't see.
We couldn't figure out what happened to him
we
last
couldn't
week.
figure it out.
It was orbital fracture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
But we had no idea.
So without that, we could have like one of the greatest redemption stories in Anthony Richardson coming back, leading this team in the playoffs. Maybe. Don't look at me like that.
You don't believe in Phillip Rivers'
Listen,
redemption story?
Did you watch the
Well,
game?
I have
though?
this written down too.
I watched the game.
I wrote down Philip, my wife, with rivers of cum. I don't know if that's allowed to be said on
That's
here.
money, dude.
but I
That's
wrote it.
allowed. I'll allow it.
But he has a lot of kids. A lot of kids. A lot
He's
of
a
loads.
grandfather.
This is the load management podcast, after all.
He's a
True,
grandfather.
people were saying
His
that.
daughter even got it from him.
Good for
That's
him.
great.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant
Phillip, we
she's also
apologize. Phillip's
horny.
lawyers,
I just
Keep it
also
in the
meant
family.
Kevin
I guess that's
Isley.
the
He lives in
Kevin
Rockford,
Isley
Michigan.
thing.
If you need to find him. So did anybody? did anybody have like a? I mean, like I don't know. Turf fields is like the big one, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably the turf fields, but injuries happen.
Injuries
Well,
happen.
That's how I
yeah,
feel.
It feels like it's an alarming rate. No.
Well, okay, so I don't have the stats in front of me, but I saw it today while I was at work. There was, I think it was like 2015, 2016, there was like 63 ACL or Achilles
I have
tears.
the stats in front of me. I was looking at that too. 63 in 2013.
2013. So like, and we're at what? What are we at now? 30 something?
We're at 30.
Low 30s.
Yep.
So like
30 so far.
30 so far. I mean,
That's just
there's
ACL
only-
tears, by the way.
right.
There's only 3 weeks left, though, right?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's probably turf fields, but I also think a lot of it is a lot of NFL players now compared to later dates or like way back in the NFL history, they're lighter, faster, and stronger.
Yeah.
So like the turf fields having more give and stuff like that, I mean, that obviously plays into it, but like just to rate it, some of these big men are moving at and the hits they take and
Mm-hmm.
and it's like football is a sport of attrition.
Mhm.
It's who lasts the longest is usually on top. And some of these guys, I mean, you're getting blocked by a 300-pound offensive lineman, or you're trying to make a cut against a top tier athlete.
For
Like
60, 70 times a game.
you're late. Like
minimums.
unfortunately, it's something's gonna give, and it's sad and it sucks. But I think it's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is. It's just
I don't
sad.
think there's anything to like pinpoint.
I like that stat though. Is a good perspective because I think, like, I mean, again, I'm watching videos of Jason Tatum play one-on-one after what we saw happen last year. Like that's insane.
Oh,
Medicine
for
is
sure.
so far beyond what we could even comprehend with that amount of money. You know what I mean? I mean, like, again, the 30 to 60. I appreciate that because it does put it into perspective. It still sucks, but
sure.
and it's not that it's more stars this year because there are so many top level guys. I feel like maybe in the past it just hasn't been this many. I don't know. Maybe they were more spread out. Maybe they were second, third string guys. Maybe they were, you know what I mean, safeties and DBs. I don't know. I have no idea, but it feels a little bit different this year
That
as well.
stat, was that like in 2013, 60 happened? Okay.
The full
Interesting.
year of 2013.
Damn.
But that's kind of where I did my research a little bit more into, was just like the ACL injuries relating towards like turf sets. And I mean, turf, you can talk about like the concussions, and you can talk about like how hitting your head on the turf is worse, arguably worse for any part of your body to hit the turf rather than like a regular field. I also looked into it, a lot of microplastics. So that goes right to your balls. And
I got so many.
it's not good for
Not
you.
balls.
It's the testosterone rate among men right now is at its lowest it's ever been, and it's those microplastics in the turf.
You
I'm
can't
telling
tell
you.
when you look at you, though.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Full of it.
No.
This guy's
Um,
tea is off the charts.
Are you on the gel or the injectable?
We were watching the Diddy documentary right before this, and I'm
Maybe we
seeing
should-
that from you.
maybe we
Yeah.
should
I'm
move-
a little
I got
riled
something
up.
to say.
I'm a little riled up.
I got something to say.
Go
So my dad calls me frequently just to talk about, what's going on. And the other day there's a gas station in Rockford that a guy works at, and my dad's very personable, so he talks a little shit here and there. The owner of the gas station is a Michigan fan, and so he was telling me about a bet, and I was going in there today, and he goes, hey, tell Coach he owes me. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I go and say, hey, my dad said that you owe him. It had something to do with a honey pack. And he just started laughing, and he knew exactly who I was talking about. I'm sorry.
What did
little
this have
off
to do with
tangent.
anything?
I actually really enjoyed that
Testosterone.
story.
Okay.
Testosterone.
Well, I was so confused.
But my
where
dad
they're
was
going.
like, if he lost, he was gonna have to take a honey pack.
Next podcast, we all do honey packs.
All right.
All right.
This just in, Ty has a great relationship with his father.
Some would say too good.
So, the injuries obviously playing in the league a little bit. We talked about the Packers and the Chiefs out of
Can
it. The playoff picture.
I got a little bit more to say on
no,
this, actually.
I don't really care.
No, I have to.
No, you don't.
I have to. I have
All
a plan.
all right. Go ahead. Dave.
He had a plan.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it was just about like the whole
You got a minute.
a minute.
Yeah.
Give me 5. This is good. You're gonna want. You
You
can
better
cut it.
start talking, dog.
You can cut it if
we're
you
not-
don't want.
Start going.
It's not going to be over an hour.
Okay, but study was found that 23% more likely to tear an ACL on turf rather than natural grass. So, like, FIFA is putting in like the real grass for the stadiums in all of these World
It's
Cup
Bermuda.
stadiums that they're putting on, and those are happening in NFL stadiums that have turf. Like they're replacing it with grass. So, like, I'm no scientist unless you look at my degree, but I have a demonstration
guy.
on how the turf can affect your feet. And so this is what I really wanted to talk about today.
Can he be on the
Who
pod
let
all the
Freak
time?
Toes get this mic?
I got no idea, man. This is awesome.
Did he bring turf?
This is essentially what it's like when your cleat enters the hard, stiff ground of turf, right? Your foot gets caught in there, and then you try and turn, but it's just going to start breaking and jerking, right? So what you need is the soft, like, playing field that, like, a regular grass field allows. And so what I have here is something to simulate the soft earth ground. And so that's this donut. And so, like, you get in this donut, right? But you can get right out of that. Like, all day you're in and out of that. If, like, it breaks, like, you could break it and still come out of that. Now, I don't want to make a mess because I know you have diabetes or Paul Blart syndrome, as I like to call it. But it's one of those things where it's like no one knows the solution to it right now. I have my own solution, if you guys don't mind me playing this through, too.
I don't mind one bit.
I really prefer you didn't.
Oh, my God.
God, here we go.
So my solution is to just add a little lubrication for this. And, like, the NFLPA, if you guys are listening, this is something you could do if you want Sunday football to smell like a Motel 6 with a woman that your wife doesn't know about. You just whip one of these bad boys out. I'm going to put my little other roll. And you can just go in and out of that all day. Like, there's no issue with that. So cleat condoms. Patent pending. Let's look into that.
He came on the
In and
podcast
out.
to come
In and
up
out.
with cleat condoms.
Yeah, I guess, dude.
You guys gave me
sorry.
the script. I just went off of
My
what
mom
you...
and my aunt are watching this podcast.
Well,
right now.
your mom
You
and
know
your
what?
aunt have
Hell
probably
yeah.
seen a condom and a banana before.
You never know.
Wow. And that's how you were born.
I'm going to leave this right here as table.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dave. And thank you for that. We're going to move on to playoff
Holy
picture before
shit.
this podcast.
I got a lot of lube
That
on my
was
hands. I'm
crazy.
going to go clean up.
Hey, I live with him, and I had no idea that was happening. Not even
Absolutely.
Not
He-
even the
that's
slightest
so
that he had
good.
a
I mean,
bag
I have so
of
much
tricks,
TikTok
dude.
stuff now. I'm like sweating too so bad. Holy shit. All right.
That was
Next
nuts.
segment.
That was crazy.
Playoff picture. I asked the guys to pick a team, explore their path to making the playoffs, and how far you think they'll go. We're going to go Kevin first, and then we're going to go Ty, and then we'll finish with Dave. Whatever the fuck he's got going on over there.
Dave might finish.
No, it doesn't come off. Trust me. Anyways, Kev, go ahead, take a deep breath and let it rip.
Yep.
You got about 2.5 minutes, by the way. We'll just keep
Okay.
it 2.5.
Cool. You just tell me
I will.
when you want me to shut up.
Okay.
All right. So I went with the Lions. They're in a little predicament. They need to win. Well, they need to get a wild card because they're probably not going to win their division. The Bears and the Packers play this weekend. The Lions really probably need the Packers to win this weekend. And the Lions have to win out as well, by the way, or there's probably zero chance. It's not zero, but it's damn close.
Well, that mic closer. Atta boy.
Sorry, I had to push it away because
Oh.
Dave was making me.
Yeah, no, I know, me too.
But, so,
Maybe
All right.
cleat condom.
Go ahead.
so The Packers play the Bears, the Ravens, and the Vikings next. I think they're going to go at least 2-1, and they're going to be in. The Bears, though, they play the Packers, then the 49ers, and then the Lions. So if the Lions win their next two, I think there's a very strong chance the Bears at least lose to the Packers or the 49ers. And then the Lions it's their own destiny at that point. They got to beat the Bears. And after watching that first game, I believe the Lions will do that. But granted, they are now without Brian Branch, no Sam Laporta, no Brock Wright.
Most
their
players
backup
on
tight
IR in
end.
the
So
league.
they're down to their third tight end. Yeah, the most players on IR in the league. No, I said Brian Branch, but who's their corner? Terrion Arnold. No Terrion Arnold.
Dude, he's bad.
Kirby Joseph
I know,
still
and
back.
Positive.
yeah, Kirby Joseph. So it's just like that whole secondary who's all played together. It's all backups basically, and that defense has shown it. And I know this happened last year, and their defense at least looked formidable still,
Not against the Commanders.
but like not against the Commanders. Playoff football is different. But I believe this team can win out though. They have who do they have left? They have the Steelers, Vikings, Bears. My Vikings unfortunately are not going to win that game, and I'll be honest with you, JJ's just not going to beat the Lions in a shootout. It'll never happen. And the Steelers I'm not high on at all. So I think the Lions will win those two games, and I do think they'll beat the Bears too, and I think they'll make it in. And that's honestly all I got to say.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Can I go right off him because I have the Steelers.
Yeah. No,
So
go
I
ahead.
got the Steelers as of today, 12-17-25 at approximately 7:27:30. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a 66% chance of making the playoffs, and the biggest task that they have is winning their final game against the Baltimore Ravens, who are also in contention for the AFC North, and that's the only way that either of these teams would make the playoff. So let's get into the three scenarios that the Ravens or the Steelers have. This is the worst case scenario. We're going to go right off with that one off the jump. If Pittsburgh loses the next two games against the Lions and against my Cleveland Browns, they can still make the playoffs. But that's if, and that's a big if, they beat the Ravens. So let's go into the other two paths. So the Steelers win both games against Detroit and Cleveland. I think they win one. I won't name who they beat. But so they win both those games, and the Packers or the Patriots would need to hand Baltimore at least one loss. And then the other way is the Ravens lose both their game against the Packers and Patriots, and Pittsburgh wins at least one of their games against the Lions or Browns. So I just got a couple fun facts because, as you guys know, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so
Really?
I hate the Steelers.
I didn't know that.
I hate the Steelers. That's why I jumped on this choice here. So last year,
Are you for them or against them?
who?
Steelers making the playoffs.
I'd rather have the Ravens make the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. Last season, the Steelers lost 5 straight games, including their wild card game matchup against the Ravens to close out the year. So if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, once it gets time to win games, they're not usually very good. They have Aaron Rodgers, completely different than Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, obviously. Another fun fact, Pittsburgh is currently on an 8-season playoff win drought. And I don't know if you guys know much about the Cleveland Browns, but that's 4 years longer than the Cleveland Browns. So that's all I had to say. But anyways, if we're looking into the future, if we had to decide what's more likely to happen than not, I think that the Steelers winning a game against the Browns and the Ravens is probably more likely than the Ravens winning out against the Patriots and the Packers. So, you know, I do think the Steelers make the playoffs. I don't think they're a great team. I think their offensive stats show that they're not a great team. And I think their peak is losing wild card round. I don't think they make it much further. I think they're projected to play the Chargers or the Bills.
Yeah,
And
but
I don't,
beating
and,
either of them.
and I don't think they can beat either of those teams. Even on any given Sunday, I don't think they can win.
It's not a single one.
yep. I appreciate that. Thank you for
Yeah,
the
no problem.
insight
Of
from
course,
the
man.
Steelers. It's,
I love that he always
We
appreciates
got an
us.
AFC team. We got an NFC team. Dave, who do you have?
we're exploring the path to making the playoffs. It's more of a. Why are you looking at me like that?
Just watching you, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Do you like me or something?
Okay.
All right. So my team that I chose was more about them making the playoffs against 3 other teams that are like neck and neck in the division. Of course, it's the AFC South. Colts pretty much. We're gonna, for all intents and purposes, call them out of playoff contention after the injury, and that team just hasn't looked good recently. With the 49ers, Jags, Texans coming up, they really have to just beat the rest of their division, and I don't see that happening. Now, the Texans and Jaguars, they're neck and neck. If the Jaguars lose to the AFC leading Broncos, both teams, the Texans and Jags, are now tied for the division at 10-5. That division is still up for grabs between those two teams, and the Texans' schedule coming up is Raiders, Chargers, Colts. So, pending some sort of miracle, they pretty much have this week in the bag. It's going to be a tough game against the Chargers, but I think they match up well with that defense. That Texans defense is something out of like the storybooks. Like, and I'm sure you guys have seen this chart going around. Let me pull it up real quick. I can send you it if you want to add it as a graphic later. But sure. It's essentially every defense in the league's disguised coverage rate versus blitz rate on the Y and X axis, respectively. And the Texans are the least in both. They go out there and they play defense regular style. It's not hot dog or hamburger style. They're not making any trick plays. There's no disguising coverage from the coordinators. They're not bringing extra people out there. They are just winning the ball. And that's what makes this team so impressive to watch. And I did a lot of research on it, probably more than I probably should have. But the Texans, they have made the playoffs every year for the past 10 years if you don't count any of the times they didn't make the playoffs. And to me, that's the most impressive thing.
You told me to call you out on some stats. Is that one of those stats that you made up?
Yeah, I made that up.
I just wanted to make sure.
Noah was rushing me on the other one. I had another one made up there, but I couldn't get it.
Oh, that's tough. Sorry.
Anyway, that primetime win over Buffalo, I don't know if you guys saw that. That's impressive.
Yeah. That cost me $1,000.
How much did you bet? Okay.
You don't ask.
Continue, Dave.
Well, so just like some other things that I was looking into on this is just like I was reading up on a PFF article about just I believe it's Will Anderson of their yeah, I believe that
Defense.
Yeah, Will Anderson Jr. He some fun stats about this guy, and I mean, obviously he plays opposite Daniil Hunter there on the line, who was a great acquisition from the Minnesota Vikings. Let me pull up my notes back here.
Shredded.
Dude, I would love to have him.
Pull up your stats.
Just on my on the Lions, not nothing else. But over Will Anderson Jr. is one of only 4 edge rushers in the last decade to post a pressure rate of above 20% through 12 weeks, and on at least 200 pass rush snaps. The other 3, Micah Parsons, 2023, Jerry Hughes, 2018, Von Miller in 2016.
Are you lying about that stat or no?
That's a real stat.
That's an insane stat.
I got
that's
that. That's
stat.
Direct quote from PFF.
Wow.
So, other than that, you could talk about the Browns-Texans game on November 2nd, ending 18-15. Man, that is bubbly. Can you hold that up to the mic?
You guys hear that?
Do some ASMR for me.
Hey, how about you continue your segment?
Right. C.J. Stroud against that Broncos team went down with a concussion mid-game on that game.
Yeah.
So they had to just throw in Davis Mills without any planning, and they still kept that game within 3. I think that if they match up with them again in the playoffs, they could easily win that game, and that's the best team out of the AFC right now. They have enough on that squad, whether it be, we could talk Mario Edwards. We could talk Johar Jordan, some random running back putting up 100 yards last week, granted against Arizona when the game was all but over. But he still did that. And he if you look at the depth chart right now on ESPN, he's not even listed. You can't even see him on there.
He's not even 4?
He's not there. It's like
top 3 on ESPN, isn't it?
No, it's top 4.
Okay.
You got ahead of him, you have... Watch out, my banana condom fell.
My fault.
Ty's having some mic problems tonight.
Cleat
guys. Sorry about
condoms.
that.
Are you in the game?
Oh god. Kevin hasn't spoken like 18 minutes. This is just crazy.
Woody Marks.
Dave, you got like a
Chubb,
30 seconds to wrap
Sorry,
up.
Agambawali, and British Brooks, whatever. So that's really what I was just looking at. Is like if you're choosing a dark horse candidate of a team to come out, win the AFC South, and then possibly make a deep run in this championship, that's going to be the Houston Texans. I saw today earlier when I was looking at some TikToks that who's the guy with the bad haircut from the Raiders that talks really cool? John Gruden? Yeah, Gruden.
You talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the owner?
No, well, they both have dumb haircuts. And,
True.
But, he was coming out and saying the same thing. He expects the Houston Texans to do the same thing. He loves their defense. They're a fun team to watch, and they got a lot going for them right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one more thing while we're doing this. Mario Edwards, out for the season, torn pectoral on the defense. The guy replacing him has a Samoan name. I don't even think that's going to matter. If he's a Samoan guy, I just trust him automatically.
Fair enough, dude. Yeah.
Manti Te'o.
Oh, what a great guy. Hey, that was a pretty good
Trustworthy
segment.
guy.
I appreciate you guys.
It wasn't his fault. Dude.
I always try to get a segment where you guys yap a little bit. I like to hear your insights on the game.
Can
especially
I say
Dave's.
something
You may
before
say
anything
something. Yeah, before we move on.
transpires here? I'm a little upset. We invite a guest on here, and I completely lose my Browns hate speech.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Also, this week, was there much? I mean, besides like the bad performance from Shador, was there like a much to like 2-minute rant about? Or no?
I hate Jerry Jeudy.
Okay, well that's a good thing to rant about, and I'm positive he'll give you more reasons to rant about it next
Oh, he
week
will,
on
yeah.
our Christmas segment. Anyways,
Man, ho.
thank you for doing that. We're gonna move on
You're welcome.
to a segment where I think there will be a lot of discourse in between this group right here. In the fantasy football league that we are in, your three main hosts made the playoffs, along with Kirk Brookstra, who we don't talk or see at all.
We're fuck with.
I didn't do very well this
No
year.
shit,
Hey,
Dave.
Ty, you can't say
Dave
that.
is in
Can we
the
beep that
the
out?
running. Well, no, you beat Matt, so you're not in the runnings for last.
No,
place anymore.
I clobbered him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you
but-
clobbered a guy that hasn't won since week 3.
So
I would have
anyways,
almost beat you this week.
Dave,
Almost.
Dave should be second to last place, basically. But we're going to ignore that for now. The Fantasy Football Championship, the number one seed fell this week. Unfortunately, Ty. He also happens to be the only guy who could beat Kevin, who beat me this week and to go to the finals. And I think Dave has some things to say, which is why we're going to talk about our Fantasy Football Championship. And I'm going to ask Dave, what has led to Kevin making the finals again? And this should be good. We're going to keep the segment to like 10 minutes. Okay? Let's keep it down.
Ooh,
Let's
so
keep
we
it.
have
You know,
time.
we could talk a little bit, but let's make it a usual segment.
I told Ty last night, I go, I have like a page full of it.
So what's led to Kevin making the finals again, Dave?
Yeah, okay. So this is I'm gonna read this kind of like I would a play.
Okay.
oh, thank God.
Do you have any fun bags to pull out of your or tricks to pull out of your bag?
Yeah.
Ooh.
While you guys do this, I'm going to grab another long drink. So, do your thing.
All right. Why is Kevin's team in the championship again? Why shouldn't you trade with him? Why bring back Steve Rogers as Captain America when you've given us a whole Sam Wilson arc? Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Everybody knows Sam Wilson sucks.
These questions and more will be answered after a quick word from our sponsors.
Justin Goushaw Farm Bureau Agency. Continue.
He's paying for this?
No free sponsorships.
Stop, please, guys. Come on. They haven't paid us a cent.
He pays me.
All right.
If you need insurance, give me a call, please.
Kevin's consistency in the fantasy football playoffs boils down to two things: magic and manipulation. It's quite devilish, really. You can know the players, the stats, the lines, the weather, the projections, but none of that accounts for making it this far every single year. Part of magic is luck, so we'll discuss that first. I have never met a luckier guy. This guy blindly drafted a whole team while drunk over FaceTime, and you think that has anything to do with ball knowledge? Absolutely not. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Half of this game is just luck of the draw. This notion that Kevin is some sort of savant when it comes to football is false. He's just really lucky. It's easy to flash the illusion of success when you have stake in every single game. Oh, I have him in this league. Oh, I have him in that league. I have $20 on him getting a touchdown here. There is no loyalty to his players. His mindset wanders from one league to the next, from one parlay to another, in hopes of squeezing out any drop of success. What drives him the most? The words "I told you so." When he's right, and he'll make sure you know it. Like a magician moving from one trick to the next, each more grandiose and more difficult to pull off than the last, the illusion rides on his ability to convince you that his successes are the norm, and any failure was just part of the illusion. True masters of the craft, such as myself.
It's still happening.
You can't laugh. I need absolute silence. You were laughing too. True masters of the craft, such as myself, can see through his sleight of hand and his manipulative ways over the crowd of runny-nosed buffoons we have in our league. Which is why year after year I've announced, do not trade with Kevin, because the veil that disguises his dark magic cannot be seen by these village idiots. It's social manipulation at its finest. He's the best at this. The players he has are good because he drafted them. I'll take a 2-for-1. It's all a facade. I can't be too hard on the rest of the league, though. They know not what they do. After all, we are united under one goal, and that goal is to prevent the tyranny of the ginger devil. The only thing bigger than his ego are Ty's nipples. Kevin changed his team name many times this year, and let me pitch a couple more for him to use. Satan, Lucifer, Andy Reid, Beelzebub, Old Scratch. Everyone in this league is plagued by his darkness. When you trade with Kevin, you are not just trading with Kevin, you are making a deal with the devil, and trust me when I say that is a deal you will always regret.
Hey, man, that was really awesome.
No,
By
I
the
still
way-
got a lot
Yeah, I was
more.
gonna say, there's no way it was
What
done.
the fuck? How much more do you actually have?
2 paragraphs?
That's not much.
You got like a minute.
All right.
Max.
I'll skip the whole Joe Flacco doesn't come back to the Bengals without an evil spiritual ritual.
Almost like somebody could have predicted they would trade for a quarterback.
Look what happened when you gave the Prince of Darkness the devil's magic. I can't help but hold myself accountable for his success this year.
What?
I fumbled the draft.
Can before these two go back and forth, I have a feeling that I'm not going to get much speaking time. So
I have a feeling that as well.
I'm gonna go with mine here super quick. I mean, Kevin has good ball knowledge. He knows when to trade and acquire players. Like Dave said, he is also the luckiest bastard I have ever encountered.
Yeah.
Every year, things seem to break his way right at the exact time. He also gets fantasy updates on his Instagram on his phone before Adam Schefter does. Really haven't been able to figure that one out. I've seen the notifications, but I can't figure out where they come from.
It's dark magic.
But once again, but on the opposite side, I will give credit where credit is due. But I don't really want to talk much about Kevin's success. What I will talk about is Dave's disaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we don't need
Yes.
to.
Well,
And
it's on there though.
And so before these two get in a little argument here, I have a couple things. To
I'm
say.
gonna say one thing before you go.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, when he talks about I can only blame myself, after keeping Gibbs in the first round.
No, he didn't keep Gibbs.
You drafted Gibbs.
He kept Brian Thomas Jr. over Devon
That's
Achane
right.
this year.
So Brian
And
Thomas
I was
was-
wrong,
You
and
know
I
who
apologize.
we drafted before? T. Higgins, Omarion Hampton, McMillan. He drafted in the second round Terry McLaurin, and then in the third
And
round
he was
he happened to
good.
draft Hubbard, and then
Well, this
he
is
had
a good one.
Jalen
This is a
Waddle
good
in the
one.
fourth round, which that worked out all right. But yeah, his keeper Brian Thomas Jr. over Devon Achane
In what round did you take Bill Krosky Merritt?
in the fourth.
5th. It was the 5th.
Was it?
I think so.
I was just
hope
looking at
so.
it. I
You
don't
just
think
told us it was Waddle, but I thought it was the fourth as well.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think it's
the
the
fourth.
5th. Because I went
I'll pull it back
Gibbs, McLaurin, Hubbard.
And then Waddle, you're
Waddle.
right, in the fifth. Okay. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay.
Disaster. Go ahead.
So, why do I think Dave's team is an absolute disaster? Here's why I think that. David thinks that he's the smartest guy in the room. He believes he sees football differently than everybody else. In reality, and I've seen this. Trust me, I've seen this outside of his room. He got brainwashed by YouTube fantasy gurus who convinced him he was playing 4D chess while the rest of us were playing checkers. Instead of making simple, smart moves, he tried to reinvent fantasy football. He wanted to outthink the league, flex his imaginary knowledge, and take the most unnecessarily difficult path possible, all while being wrong at every single turn. He held on to Bill Krosky until week 13. He was bad. We all know it. He kept him like he was a sleeper prophecy. Drafted Terry McLaurin in the second round.
I still believe.
Drafted Terry McLaurin in the second round like it was a galaxy brain move, and then sat on his hands at the trade deadline. All because he refused to do the one thing that could have saved his season, making a trade. But what I think is the best thing, and I think this is the funniest part, in the end, David didn't lose because of his bad luck. He lost because of his ego, overthinking, and refusal to accept reality. And now, once again, he gets to sit back and watch Kevin play for a championship, which I personally think...
5 of the last 6, by the way.
Yep, which I think is the funniest part of the whole thing. He always talks about not trading with Kevin, not trading with anybody else. This dude hasn't made a trade in, what?
1 year.
What's your big blockbuster trade? Miles Gaskin?
Does he have
That
any
was a
players to
good trade.
trade?
That was the last time I traded with you.
All I wanted to say is this guy flexes imaginary knowledge that he doesn't have. It's not there.
Thank you. I appreciate
Just know
that.
that, yeah.
Kev, I'm going to give you about 4 minutes to do your rebuttal.
Yeah, hold on.
Can I rebuttal Ty?
I'm just going to clap for Ty real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ty was pretty much
Honestly,
speaking.
he did most of my rebuttal for me.
Oh, okay.
But I will I have a few things I would like to say. Like, for one, yes, I was blackout drunk during the draft. Yes, I don't remember a moment other than Kirk and I had really bad FaceTime connection.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Also, yes, I created a 250-person draft list for myself, and I was crossing out name after name after name while I was going through that draft because I do know ball. Also, I'm in 4
Allegedly.
fantasy football leagues, and I led all 4 leagues in scoring this year. Is that lucky?
That's the devil's
magic. Did I make those trades in every single league, or I'm just wondering. Was Emeka Egbuka and Garrett Wilson? Did I predict both of them getting hurt? Did I predict Emeka Egbuka just a horrible downfall? And did I predict that the Bengals would trade for a quarterback? Yeah, probably. Not the injury part though.
I think it has more to do with pentagrams.
I don't like those. I don't know what they mean. They scare me a bit. I stay away from them, and maybe that's why I have dark magic. Maybe it's like a false prophecy kind of thing. But I think the truth is, and this might hurt to hear, Dave, but you're just not good at fantasy football. You are the tinkerer of all tinkers, and you tinker on the wrong things, and that's your biggest problem.
Yeah,
and I will
probably
enjoy
true.
my championship this year.
Yeah.
I will, because I will beat Kirk.
Yes, you will.
And that's about all I have to say.
I've never seen Kevin so like dialed in, precise with his anger.
Can I say something now that this segment is over?
Sure.
My team. I didn't want to bring it up on the pod because I do.
It's okay.
It is a really sore subject, but
Go ahead.
I was the only team that could compete with Kevin, and even so, I mean, my team was pretty solid all year round, but it would have been a tough battle. And
You did lose Neighbors and Hill too, though.
I
so.
did lose Neighbors and Hill. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Kevin. I don't want Kirk to win. Kirk doesn't deserve to win. But it was a tough last 2
I'm
weeks.
glad we got all that out. I appreciate this.
Yeah.
I appreciate this little therapy session.
I just didn't know if Andre Rison had anything else to say.
Joke's on you. I don't
Former
get the
Spartan
reference.
legend, Noah.
I know. I know.
And you guys think I was joking about the fantasy, like the YouTube fantasy stuff? Like when I was
I
outside,
know that's real. Nobody drafts Bill Krosky Merritt in the 5th round.
I do, and I don't regret it.
When
I
I
want
was
you to
out-
know I would do it again.
When
I liked it.
when I was outside doing various things, I can see into Dave's room, and he was watching.
He was gooning.
He was
gooning the
he was
fantasy
gooning
football
to
YouTube.
fantasy gurus on
a
YouTube.
little odd.
watching
Oh,
videos.
I knew. Like I stopped watching them like halfway through the season, but for the first like good half of the season, I was watching just about anything I possibly could to save. I knew as soon as that draft ended, and I told you that it wasn't good.
I looked at this guy and I said, "Dave, what are you doing?" He goes, "I have no idea."
Mid draft, we're like round
Yeah.
6. He's
Yeah,
like, "What?
it
What are you
was really
doing?"
bad.
I'm like,
I think I
have
left in like
no
the
clue.
14th or 13th round, and Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm fucked."
Yeah.
I got a little
I will say
and I
one
didn't
thing
trade
about one thing about the person I'm going against in the championship, Kirk Brookshaw. I remember this on the FaceTime, 1st round. That's why I remember it. Jamar Chase drops to the 6th pick where he's at,
man.
and I can't believe it. This dude's got the evilest smirk in his eyes. He's about to get Jamar Chase with the 6th pick. He takes him. What does he do? Trades him to me week 3.
That's also true. That's kind of crazy. I'll be honest.
I got something I got a little PSA for you. There's a
Okay.
lot of people that like.
Last comment.
Yeah, I got you. There's a lot of people that, like, offer themselves on like Twitter and like TikTok and like all these different things. I tried it out for a year just to see like this guy who's like, oh, I can give you a good draft strategy. It doesn't work. Like, if you're doing a fantasy league, just go off what you know.
Unless you don't know anything, then maybe.
Yeah, well, you don't know anything.
Research,
Like
yeah.
Dave.
Do a little
Might
research,
help.
but like,
Might help.
but like, just trust yourself because you'll make the right picks. Like,
You know, our guest segment of the week, which I try to do because, you know, the guest doesn't always have the advantage on the podcast. We are together all the time, and the guest comes in, and he's new, and Dave's not really new to the group, but Dave has chosen to rank week 16, week 17?
Week 16.
Week 16's kickers. So we're going to let him do that. He's got about 3 minutes.
Let's make it 5.
Let's make it 3. Because I'm already going to be editing this podcast till
4.5.
12:30. You got about 3.5, 4 minutes to rank these kickers, Dave.
Okay, I'll
Make
go as
it
quick as I can.
possible. I'm going to set up my timer, and you just have some fun. All right?
I'm a little nervous now that everybody's called me out on how bad my takes are.
3,
So don't listen if you don't want
2,
to.
1, go.
All right. Starting off, Brandon Aubrey versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Obvious one, good offense, good defense. They're going to be held to some field goals here. Will Lutz versus Jacksonville, my pick of the week. God, that's going to be an interesting game. Mile high, weather's fine. Should be a good game for him kicker-wise. Chase McLaughlin. I think McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Carolina's defense is good. It's good weather. It should be a good kicking game. Chris Boswell at Detroit. Same reason. It's indoors. He doesn't have to worry about any weather. Kaimi Fairbairn. He's hot. He looks good. Run it. Don't look at me like that.
Keep going.
Harrison Mevis versus at Seattle. This is one you need to
This
keep
guy's
your
gonna
eye
put
on.
my guy at 32.
Yeah,
This
we
is one
know.
you need to keep your eye on because the rain and the wind are getting pretty high. So keep your eye on that one. If it looks bad, don't take them. I got Zane Gonzalez and Chad Ryland here at the 7 and 8 positions, Arizona and Atlanta. Don't know why, but this game just feels like kicker points to me. 2 trains on the way to nowhere, both super risky picks, but the Brissett McBride connection and the Kirk Cousins Pitts connection has to meet somewhere in the middle. That middle is field goal territory. Cam Little at Denver, Cameron Dicker at Dallas, or versus Dallas. Eddie Pinheiro at Indianapolis.
Don't you speak Spanish?
Un
Continue.
poquito. Blake Groupie versus San Francisco.
Notre Dame grad.
Sure. Ryan Fitzgerald at Tampa Bay. Jason Myers versus Los Angeles Rams again. Watch the weather on that game. Will Reichert at New York Giants. Watch the snow. 10 miles an hour winds. A lot of people have him higher. I put him a little bit lower because of that. Charlie Smythe and Nick Folk.
Right.
Names.
Really? You got Folk behind Smythe? Are you joking?
It's listen. It's up. It's a dome game. They're fighting for the bottom. Below average offenses going at average defenses. It's a scrappy bowl. I expect high kicker points in that one in a dome on this weekend. Jake Moody versus Philadelphia.
Not very good.
Would have him higher, but he's bad.
Yeah.
Jake Bates versus Pittsburgh. I don't think they trust kicking anymore. The Lions do, so it's going to be extra points only there. Cairo Santos versus Green Bay. 12-mile-an-hour winds. 30 degrees at night. Green Bay defense should hold them to field goals, but it'll be tough to put your kicker out there in that kind of weather. Andy Borregales and Tyler Loop, I ranked them both again right next to each other. Both fine plays, but the game script is the battle of the AFC. I expect them to go like touchdown for touchdown, maybe 1 or 2 field goals, but it's a rainy night game in the cold. Going to be a tough one there. Jake Elliott, defense is like butter, that Washington defense that he's playing against. There's going to be more touchdowns than field goals there. Don't trust him to make those field goals. Harrison Butker at Tennessee, risky. You don't know what Kansas City's going to look like out there.
He always could get wide left too.
He always could get wide left in the kitchen.
You got like
In the
18 seconds
kitchen's
over.
crazy.
Evan McPherson, Riley Patterson, both teams out of the playoffs there. Slight chance of rain, but I expect these 2 teams to just slug it out, touchdowns only. Brandon McManus at Chicago, only touchdowns last time they played. Buffalo's kicker at Cleveland. Prater's injured. there's going to be 18-mile-an-hour winds and you're expecting that from a free agent kicker. Just don't do it. No reason to. And then you got Joey Sly, Andre Sims, Young Wei Koo, and Daniel Carlson at Houston is the last one. I don't think the Raiders put up more than 20 yards a drive.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for making us sit through that.
You're welcome. Hey, and if I'm wrong about any of those, just know no one else is doing them like I do. So just alternate opinions for me.
I think you should have another Miller. That's what I think. I think you should crack one of those guys open.
I just don't understand the Dick or the kicker hate.
It's not Dick or the kicker hate. For
Kevin
me,
Ivey.
it's more of just like I think that the Dallas defense is still bad enough to where the Chargers are going to move the ball on them pretty easily. I still expect Cameron Dicker to be a top 11 kicker. I like you can trust him solidly.
I do. I trust him as the number 1 kicker.
You trust him as
Brandon
the number
Aubrey's
1
there,
kicker.
though, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? But they're playing against the Chargers defense, you know.
Well, you know how he do.
Maybe
against
it'll be
you.
a field goal game. Maybe we'll both be right.
Okay. Hey guys, we're gonna do pick the slate first, and then we got some Thursday night props. I wrote the order for you this time in the document, so hopefully you wrote them in that order.
Oh,
Listen,
that was an order?
well, yeah, it was. And I really need you to lock in and just say your pick, and then we'll
Talk about it
a few
after?
disparities after for a couple minutes, and then we'll go Thursday night props, and then we're gonna be done because we're running up on an hour now.
Yippee!
Yippee! Okay, how we feeling? We ready?
I'm ready. Can I go first?
I'm gonna go.
Looking for some
Unfortunately,
redemption.
I'm gonna go Dave, Ty, Kevin.
I like
for
it.
each
Okay,
game,
that's fine.
Okay, just because of graphics reasons. Here we go. Thursday night football, Dave. What you got?
Seattle,
I got the Rams.
Rams,
Dave, Philly, Washington.
Philadelphia.
I also got the Eagles.
Eagles.
Dave, Green Bay, Chicago.
I got Chicago here.
I also got the Bears.
All
Give
right.
me the Packers.
Yeah. All right. Jets, Saints.
Jets.
Saints.
Saints.
Bills versus Browns.
Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills.
Bills.
KC versus Tennessee.
I'm going Kansas City here.
I also have Kansas City.
I got the Chiefs.
Chargers, Dallas.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Give me the Cowboys.
Minnesota versus the Giants.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota!
Finally picked his team. I'm so happy. Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
I got Tampa.
I got Carolina.
I got the Bucks.
Cincy versus Miami.
Miami.
We got Cincy.
I got the Bengals.
Jacksonville versus Denver.
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 Broncos, yeah.
Atlanta versus Arizona.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll take the Kirk Cousins.
You mean the Bijan Robinsons. Steelers versus Detroit.
Detroit.
I got Detroit.
I got the Lions.
We got Vegas versus Houston. Raiders.
Houston.
Houston's covering.
Texans to cover. I like it.
Patriots versus Baltimore.
Patriots.
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 And then Monday Night Football. What was it?
San Francisco.
Who do they play?
Don't even know.
Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco.
Get ready to watch Phillip Rivers die on national TV. Give me the 49ers.
Yeah. Thank you for rushing through that. I appreciate that. I'm going to imagine most of Dave's picks were just either off the gut or because he knew you guys were picking the other team.
Well, initially I was just gonna go with whatever the sports books were saying and just be like, yeah, run it against the sports books, numb nuts, and we were just gonna fuck around with that. But we did not do that. I took some
appreciate that.
underdogs. I just believed in Chicago this week. That's
I have
that's what
a
started me
question
off.
for you. New
It was a
York
home game,
Jets.
so-
I have a question. New York Jets versus New Orleans.
Yeah,
And you chose the Jets.
yeah.
Who's
At New
their
Orleans.
quarterback?
Yeah.
Who's the quarterback for the New York Jets?
You could. Is it Mark Sanchez?
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook.
Yeah, the Brady Cook Bowl, dude.
Is it Mark
The Brady Cook Bowl.
It's two Brady Cooks out there. You know, it's you're gonna find out.
He's no
You'll
Connor
know.
Cook.
Here's the thing: you think of
You can say that.
Brady Cook, and you think only one interception in the first half last week. Two in the second, but listen, it was the Jaguars' defense revved up, like I said they would.
But they had less points than the Eagles.
Yeah, but they had more interceptions,
But they had less points than the Eagles.
but they had more potential for points, and I was right.
If you guys don't scissor right after
This
this,
is why he lost the fantasy football league.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for rushing through that. It's going to make a good TikTok segment this week. at least when I edit this.
I might take the Browns.
I'm not
over the
coming back.
Bills.
Well, so
I'm not coming back.
Thursday Night Football. Not Thursday Night Football. Yeah, Thursday Night Football picks. Ty, why don't you go first? You went first last week. You killed it. Well, you didn't kill it. You went 1 for 2, but your NBA pick helped you get to 2-2.
You definitely said your picks.
Who is your Thursday Night Football props?
Okay.
Run it.
I have, and they're all on the same team. I figured I'd focus on one team to try to get my.
That's a good idea.
straight
You
here.
got to get yeah.
I need to get locked in. So I got the Rams -1.5. When I looked earlier today, Rams -1.5 was +106, I believe. So and they played last time. And I don't know if the Rams won by more than a couple points. They won by 2. So if it breaks out like it did last time, we're covering on that one. And then the next one I got is Colby, whatever this guy's first name is, Parkinson. 36.5 receiving yards. It's hard to find, like today's Wednesday, so it's hard to find receiving props on this guy because no book was supporting it. But
Is it because of the Adams injury?
it is.
It is.
And I think Matthew
His
Stafford's
line will
gonna
come out before
target-
the game tomorrow.
I think Matthew Stafford's going to target more of his tight ends. And then I got Blake Corum over 38.5, 39.5 rushing yards. It's kind of been fluctuating, but I do think they've been trying to save Kyron Williams for the playoffs because he's more explosive than Blake Corum, but I think Blake Corum's been getting a lot of touches. So I like Blake Corum over 39.5 rushing yards. That's all I got.
Just for a little bit of context, when Ty says he's going to focus on one team, he's got the yips on Thursday Night Football right now. He's 6 for 8 on the season.
6-4-8 is good.
6
but
for 8. Sorry, 6 and 8 on the season.
That's not good.
6 and 8 win-loss record, not that good. For context as well, he's 10-1 on the podcast in NBA bets, which brings him to a 16-9. That's pretty good record-wise. It's just he can't find his way in the NFL right now. That's okay. He went 2 for 2 last episode on bets total, 1 for 2 in the NFL. He'll be back. Kevin, on the other hand, is 10-4 in the NFL season. Kevin, who are your Thursday Night Football props?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with saying Sam Darnold. He averages 254 against the Rams. His lowest has been 240, so I'm going to take his over. And this is his last 3 games against the Rams, sorry. And I'll take his over, which is 223.5. He also has had 5 picks in those 3 games, so I'm going to take him to throw an interception.
He do be doing that.
He do be doing that. Dave and I both like Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions.
You want to give you a reason why?
Yeah, he's gonna get more than 3 catches. That's my reason. I like the last game was 21-19. I like a few more points, maybe not a whole lot more, but I like over 42.5 total points. And with Adams probably out tomorrow, I like Puka over 7.5 receptions.
Thank you, Kev. I think those are all hidden. I hope these all smack. Dave, unfortunately for you, the guest segment of this sheet I've got, 2 for 4 on picks, 1 for 3 for the NFL season.
Well,
can you bring us to 500 for the guest segment? Of the podcast?
I sure hope so. I know Kevin already said the Rashid Shaheed pick
And
over
I'll count that for
2.5
you.
receptions.
I'll count that for you as well.
So it's like he's using his devil's magic to get
Right.
that pick to hit,
Right.
and we all know it.
Right. So
And-
say your other ones though.
Right. So we got Colby Parkinson over 3.5 reception yards. You could take his this is receptions, I should say. You could take his receptions, his reception yards. I think that he's going to have a nice fun little game, regardless of whether Devontae Adams plays or not. It's a rainy game. It's going to be tough to throw all the way downfield, and that's going to be Matthew Stafford's safety blanket over the middle when push comes to shove, especially if this weather turns out to be the way I think it will. Speaking of the weather, I also like the Sam Darnold over 4.5 rushing yards, 11 in his last game versus the Rams. So just the Rams defense flushing him outside of the pocket in a game where it's going to be kind of hot, wet, and bothered. He's going to want to run a little bit. Should be fun. Rashid Shaheed, I took that pick just to go over that one last time. Icing on the cake. 4 and 5 receptions in his last 2 games. He's revving up with his offense, and with no real tight end or reasonable tight end on this
A.J.
offense.
Marner.
Yeah, that is a name, and you said it. It doesn't seem very plausible for them to target that tight end the same way that they typically do. So I like him to keep this reception total above at least 2.5.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate
That's my
that.
lock of the week.
Hey, man. Lock of the week. All right.
You want to put a
Right
hundo
there.
on it together?
Sure.
Shoot. Little GoFundMe action.
All right, Venmo me.
Hey, man. I think this is a pretty solid pod. We had some good
Are
laughs.
we doing closing
Yeah,
statements?
yeah. I didn't put it on there, but go ahead.
Closing statements. I have a beautiful girlfriend, and she's very good at volleyball, and she knows a lot about volleyball.
Oh, these are more bets.
Yep.
Okay,
So
go
these
ahead.
are more bets. So
Alright.
if you guys can find some college volleyball betting, I've been advised to tell you that Pitt and Kentucky will be making it to the NCAA women's final.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, we want Kentucky to win.
Okay.
So take Pitt and Kentucky to win their next 2 games,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kentucky to win the championship outright.
Okay.
And that's from Mallory Keller.
All right. Thank you, Mallory.
The
We
GOAT.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GOAT.
The go.
Literally. Anybody else got anything else?
I mean, if we're saying closing statements, I guess I'll say mine. I don't have a beautiful girlfriend. I am alone. I have no volleyball bets.
But
Hey.
you have the devil's magic.
So actually,
Doubling
it's so funny
down,
because last
tripling
time,
down.
and most times actually, every other podcast, you are the only one that's single. Dave also happens to be single as well. I don't know if you can tell just from looking.
It's not a
at
good
him.
boat. There's no reason to cheer. What?
I don't know. I got to cheer for something these days.
Where's that wine going?
Straight to my pussy. They're
Speaking of
putting
that,
estrogen in the wine.
I've
Go
got a
ahead.
closing statement. You want to go
Ty.
first?
Go ahead, Ty. No, I want Ty to go first, please. Please let Ty go first. I want to put the credits over him.
I have a bet on who had asked the last time, and my money's on Kevin.
For Dave and Kevin.
Okay. My closing statement is, guess what these numbers are?
Oh no.
It's in relation to this, okay?
Thanks.
67, 34, 22, and 18. What these actually are, these are the viewer counts on each load management podcast
Oh,
video.
wow. Thank you.
Nobody's watching this shit,
Well,
okay?
I mean, 18 people watch.
If you are watching this shit, go find ball knowledge elsewhere. This is not the podcast
Ty,
for you.
You know what?
I'm not coming back.
Shit out of him later.
Oh, don't
Can
trust
we do
me,
it
I will.
together?
I'm not
Actually?
coming back.
Thanks.
Actually
Thanks,
shit on his entire body.
Yeah.
Can I
All
say
over
one
his
more
chest.
thing before we go?
Do whatever you want.
This is the most
Whatever.
emotion and charismatic I've ever seen Dave. So
No, I agree.
he puts on this facade that he doesn't want to be here and he thinks this is a joke.
But he likes it.
But he's really enjoying this. He likes the attention on him. He likes to think that you guys think he knows stuff. He doesn't know anything. Don't listen to his bets.
I just do
Don't
things
listen
on
to his
vibes,
kicker
baby.
take. Don't listen to anything this guy says. It's all a facade.
Thank
I
you.
trust Jackson over
Please,
this
please,
guy.
I got to
Thank you so much for watching the Load Management Podcast. If you're watching,
And thank you for watching the Dave
hey
Management
Dave, shut
podcast.
the fuck up. Like, subscribe, comment if you want to see more. And guess what, Dave?
We'll never be
We
back
won't see
on.
you again. Have a great week. We'll see you on Christmas.
Ho ho ho.
Go Pittsburgh.